Hello, my most amazing artists. Today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful work of art using only a napkin and some markers. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need to find the middle of your napkin. And to do that, you're going to want to unfold the whole thing. So you'll have a square that looks like this. You're going to have a cross in the middle. Obviously, the middle is right there where those folds kind of cross. So keeping that in mind, I want you to fold the napkin back the way that it came, noticing the middle of my napkin is still right here. I'm going to close this part back that way, and I'm still going to keep my left finger right there because this is the corner that is the very center of my big napkin. This is important because this is where we want to start doing our designing. So I'm going to choose a marker. You can choose any color, and I'm going to start by just making a dot right in the corner. Now I'm going to flip it over just to make sure that it went all the way through. It sure did. We are good to go. Now I'm going to get a different color, and I'm going to start making some dots that kind of go right next to that pink dot. All right, those went all the way through. Good. I'm checking this because sometimes when you put marker on one side of the napkin, it might not get through all of these layers of napkin, but we want it to. So if you flip it over, you can see if it's going through or not. Now I'm going to do another row of dots, and notice how they're kind of starting to blend together. That's okay. We're not going to stress about that. Now sometimes just to make sure all of that ink goes through the napkin, I like to press and hold my marker for just a second longer than I normally would. That allows the ink to soak all the way through the napkin. That went all the way through. We're doing great. We're rocking and rolling. All right, now I'm going to do one more design with my orange, and then I'll show you kind of how we are looking. So I'm just going to make a row of dots that goes all the way across. Okay, now see, that went all the way through, but my dots are smaller than they are in the front, so it almost didn't make it, but it did. I'm okay with that. Okay, now let's check out this magic. I want y'all to kind of see what is going to happen when I open my napkin. Look at that. Ooh. So our design has doubled. It's a mirror image. It is symmetrical. All right, now what do you think is going to happen when I open the napkin completely? Ooh, how beautiful. Now my artwork has quadrupled, so it has repeated 4 times. This is called radial symmetry, when we've got a point in the middle and everything around it is symmetrical. It kind of goes around in a circle like that. All right, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to close this back up again. If you want to, here's another idea. Instead of just doing dots like that, maybe you want to do some lines. Let's see if that's going through. Not really so much. So I'm going to go back and just kind of give it a little bit more ink, a little more juice right there. I'm going to go slowly to make sure that all of that ink gets through. Okay, let's flip it over and check it. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Another idea, if you don't want to do dots, you don't want to do stripes, or maybe you want to mix it up a little bit, you could do some hearts. I'm going to do a heart in the middle like this. And if if it's not perfect, we're not going to get upset. We're just going to do our best, and we're going to have fun. Now my heart did not go through, so I'm going to press back down a little bit harder this time, making sure that ink gets through. Still not doing it. Come on, pink. Now, be really careful. If you start doing this, the more ink that goes through your napkin could cause it to tear. So try not to just start stabbing it. You don't want to really get rough with it. Just be gentle. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm not really worried about that. But you get the idea. Whatever kind of design you make on the folded napkin like this, It's gonna bleed through, and when you open it, you're gonna have this really awesome design that is symmetrical all the way around. How cool is that looking? I'm really liking it. Now, you guys are going to do the same thing, but you are going to color the whole napkin. So I want patterns that go all the way from one corner all the way covering the whole napkin to the opposite side. So let me show you some examples of some patterns that some kids of mine have done in the past, so you can kind of see how cool these can look. Let me adjust my camera. All right, so here is one. I think this was really awesome. We've got some dots going around. We've got some lines in the corners. This is really nice. Here's another one, kind of like a rainbow type of feel. Again, you can choose any kind of colors you want to. Now notice that these look kind of shiny. These napkins have been laminated, so that's why they look that way. I don't think we're going to be able to do this because I don't have a laminator this big, but I'm just letting you know why it looks kind of shiny. Okay, we're still going to do some really awesome stuff. So this person chose to do just big chunky dots. I really like this a lot. Very nice. And here's another one. So they're all similar, but they're all very different. I like this pattern of the stripe and then the dot and the stripe and the dot that goes all the way around. That gives it some variety. Okay? All right, you guys ready? Now it's your turn.